just kind of be talking about nothing right now?
Yeah.
Is that right? So I am Jesse, and I'm sitting in for Jesse Peterson, sitting in for the James Hake of the Hake Report. And so I'm told that during this period, while they're getting things all set up to roll, Nick's getting the phone out there, and I'm talking about nothing. Hake will be back probably Monday. I doubt if he'll be here tomorrow. He'll be back Monday. And wish him well. He's feeling much better. Hello, whatever. But he's feeling better. And so he appreciate you guys wishing him well. I'm going to be taking your calls at 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. And the Hake Report, check him out at thehakereport.com. Also, I have a couple news items for you today. A couple news items. And your phone calls. Interesting stories. One is out of Canada. Am I doing it the way James does it?
Yeah, but we're ready.
Oh, you ready? Okay. Hit it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys! You guys sound like Hake. Hey guys! Hey guys!
La la la.
He said that somebody from Georgia told him he needs to put some male voice in his voice. Hate need to put some man voice in his voice instead of "Hey guys." He should go, some bass in his voice. Hey guys, welcome to the Hake Report. I am Jesse Peterson, and I will be with you for the next 2 hours, taking your phone calls at 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. I forgot to go back to Justin. I put him on hold on my show from New York. Justin, I'm sorry, man. I forgot to go back to you. But if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, it should not happen again, Justin. I am honored to sit in for Hake. All right, it's a pleasure. Hake does an amazing job here, but he's resting. He's fine. A little under the weather, but getting better. I want to first give you this story, and then I'll take some calls. This is from the Mirror. Some of you know that in Canada, the shutdown is worse than here in this country, I believe. It sounds like it is. So bad that, according to the Mirror, a couple in Canada have been fined after police caught the wife walking her husband like a dog after curfew. So apparently in Canada, they have a shutdown going, and you can only go out at a certain time to walk your dog, so they use the bathroom and all that. So this woman and her husband wanted to take a walk. And so she put a leash around the husband, and he so obeyed her, if this is true, that he was walking like a dog. The woman was 24, was reportedly stopped while walking her 40-year-old husband on a leash, her spouse on a leash in Quebec, Canada. That is beta on the man's part. That's stupid. How do you, he's 40, she's 24. How did he allow her to convince him, oh, honey, let me put a leash around your neck like a dog and walk you so we can go out? Okay, honey, come on. Come on and do it. The Providence has imposed a nightly curfew in a bid to curb coronavirus infection rates. How is that going to stop it? One thing I know about the government, once you give it your life, they will control you. They will never let go. They are on a big ego trip anyway for being in the government. They will not let go. They love power. And there in Canada, people are only allowed out. People are only allowed out close to their homes for limited reasons between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m., such as exercising their dogs. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. Mind-blowing. And let me show you the hypocrisy of the government. This is from the Daily Mail. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio apologizes after being caught going to a private gym he had opened for himself. Watch this.
I got some exercise. I got no exercise whatsoever over the weekend. I was in this building a huge percentage of the time. I need exercise to be able to stay healthy and make decisions. I'm going to figure out some new way to do it going forward. I did not for a moment think there was anything problematic because I knew the dynamics. And again, I have to stay healthy so I can make the decisions for the people of this city.
Isn't that amazing? What the?
It closed down the gyms. Not even let them do this, the 6 feet distance, wear a mask. They closed the gyms down. You can't go in. But he said, well, I did the 6 feet. But I didn't think it was a thing because I got to get healthy.
He got to do exercise because he got a job to do. He got to make. But we don't have to be exercise because we don't have a job to do. What the? He act like he's human, but the rest of the people are not. He got a job. He had to make decisions, so he got to exercise. He's been in his office all that time with nothing to do.
I gotta stay healthy.
And then the people
go run, do some push-ups.
I gotta say, I'm going to the gym, but y'all don't have to stay healthy. The hell with you. And the people in Canada are saying the dogs are more important than y'all. So I'm going to let y'all out certain time of night to walk the dog. Walk the dog. Who let the dogs out? Ooh. Isn't that amazing how they treat you and how they see you? Let me hear Bill again. Watch him. He said, I got to do exercise because I went to the gym because I need to do exercise. I have a decision to make. I've been sitting around in my office. Everybody else sitting around getting fat as well. What the? Watch this.
I got some exercise. I got no exercise whatsoever over the weekend. I was in this building a huge percentage of the time. I need exercise to be able to stay healthy and make decisions. I'm going to figure out some new way to do it going forward. I did not for a moment think there was anything problematic because I knew the dynamics. And again, I have to stay healthy so I can make the decisions for the people of this city.
And I'm better than y'all.
So he didn't think anything was problematic, but nobody else can do it.
What?
Shut the gyms down.
Can't you hear Hake now? What the? He's like, he doesn't care about the people at all. He is important. No one else is. And the people just take it. Because all they have to do is go and apologize, and they're fine. They just stay at it. It's crazy to hear this. It's insane. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing stuff. That's what America's becoming. You turn your life over to the government, folks. Cameron is a first-time caller out of Inglewood, California. Cameron, welcome to the Hake Report. You're on the air.
Hey, Hake, I know you were turning black, but I didn't think you were going to turn this black this quick. You black in the Ace of Spades.
As an Ace of Spades.
I'll just have to call you Jesse for now.
That's right.
So I actually just wanted to say about the you had on your show you had the report about how people are going to probably be wearing masks after the quote unquote China virus is going to be going away.
Yeah.
And I work at a hotel, and I just think it's insane the fear that people live in. I mean, I've got employees, people that are staying in hotels, like jumping back, putting double masks on. It's like you might as well be wearing a biosuit at this point. The fear that these people have is so mind blowing to me. I just wanted to make that quick comment there. It's incredible.
Yeah, because of that fear too, I totally believe that when the Chinese virus is gone, you're not going to be able to even convince the people that has the fear that they don't have to wear it. Because fear just dumbs you down. It prevents you from seeing reality. And they're just going to still wear it. We're going to be seeing the mask around this country forever now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I just never expected people to be so fearful of something they have no control over, especially when we're talking about something you can't even see.
Right.
They're so fearful. It's like they're living with ghosts in their house. It blows my mind.
I didn't know people had that much fear until the government did this. Until they said, stay in the house, put your mask on, don't move, wear that mask. I had no idea, zero idea that it was that easy for the government to bring people under their control. I knew white people were afraid of the blacks, but I had no idea that America had this much fear. I did not know it. Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate it, man.
I just had one other quick question since
Yes, sir.
Joel's there and you're there. I live here in Inglewood. I've lived here for 32 years. I am a white man, but
Right.
I'm white and y'all black. And I just wanted to know, this is a thing that I've always been pondering about, and this is prior to coronavirus, that, modern day banking is all done online now. But in my neighborhood, every bank, every morning, it's just got a line of blacks that are just around the corner to go to the bank. And I've always wondered, what are they doing? If you need cash, you go to the ATM. If you need to make a transfer, you do it online. Why are they lining up to go into the bank? I've always been confused. Do you have an answer to that?
Do you know why, Joe?
No, I've never seen it that way.
I don't know. I mean, I know for me, my generation, we don't, not all, of course, not all. Most don't trust the ATM machines and things like that. And it feel better going up to a person, and we don't know how to really work it that well, so we don't trust it. Now, I'm surprised. Are they young blacks or older blacks?
Yeah, no, these are blacks that I went to school. I'm 32. We're millennials. We know how to use these. I don't understand.
Maybe they have welfare checks to put in there. Can you put your welfare check in a machine?
Yeah, you can still do everything in the machine that they're gonna do inside, unless they're taking. They could be taking multiple amounts of money out that you can't take in the ATM.
Can you catch it?
Joel, why would you? I mean, how much money are they taking out? I mean, and every day, I just don't. It's so mind-boggling to me that I see this all the time, and I'm always wondering why is it? Because I don't see this in white neighborhoods. I don't see them in Asian neighborhoods. I always see it in the hood.
Oh. Well, one thing that could be happening is when they're cashing checks, they don't get it right away. So that when you go into a teller to cash your check, they give you the money right there. Nick kind of brought that.
Oh, maybe
to
they
the
want
point.
all their money, huh?
They want all their money instead of it being held for 48 hours or 24 hours.
And so, do
you're
you
just
normally
hoarding
see
the money in your house, or what? What are you doing?
Well, they
with
just cast it. They cast a check with the teller, so they get it right then instead of having to wait.
But then what's the point of having a bank then?
Well, they still get the checks from the job.
Nick's, like we have here in Inglewood, we have Nick's Cash check-in, like those quick cash places. I understand that.
But you have to
then
pay
why
for
are they
that.
but why are they doing that at Chase, at a Wells Fargo, at a B of A? Like, what is going on? It's been something that I've always thought about, and I don't understand.
Well, I'm just guessing that their jobs are giving them the checks, so they're going to cash them out of Chase or Bank of America to get their cash instantly.
I don't really know. I'm about to.
And you don't have to pay
I didn't
a
even
fee.
know they were still. I know sometimes I see a line at the bank that I go to, but it's a mixture of all people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know that Inglewood is pretty much black. They do have some whites over there. But I don't know, man. Maybe they're catching their welfare checks, and they want all their money.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anyways, I mean, look, sit on it, think about it. I'll see you on Sunday. I'll see if you got an answer for me.
All right, thank you, Cameron.
I appreciate it.
All right. I don't know. Maybe because even young blacks tend to know how to use the computer, the walk-up teller thing and all that, right?
Yeah. But I think Nick made a good point is they want their cash now, and you try to cash your full check.
I want my cash, and I want it now. Kurt is out of Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Kurt, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Justin, my man, how you doing?
All is well, Kurt. How are you?
I'm doing great. I called earlier. I heard a guy named Stu call in, and I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You know, first of all, we all are witnessing Donald Lawless Trump currently sliding down.
Donald, you say Donald what now?
Donald, we currently all are watching Donald Lawless Trump.
Who is that?
Slide down.
Who is
slide
that?
down a razor blade.
Who is
slide
Donald
down.
Lawless Trump?
That's currently the president of the United States of America.
And you think his middle name is Lawless?
Yeah, because he is lawless. I'm an attorney.
In what
He's
way
absolutely
is he? Stop bragging about being an attorney, man. That's not a big deal. It's better to be a garbage delivery man than a lawyer. So that's not a big deal. Stop. Come down off your ego. Every time you call, you mention you're a lawyer. Like that's important.
It's very important.
Only to the ego. But why are you calling the president a lawless Trump?
Because he doesn't follow the law.
What law did he break?
He broke a law. I can keep naming laws that he broke. He was ordered by a judge to pay back $25 million that he stole for his fake Trump University scam that he set up to steal money from everyday hardworking Americans.
And what money did he steal? How do you know he stole it?
I can send you the case number.
You have proof that he stole it?
Yeah, he paid the money back, so I can send you the case number.
You have proof that he stole it?
Yeah, I can send it to you. Would you like me to send it to you, the case number?
No.
Why not?
Because you're a lawyer and you can't trust a lawyer like you. You pretend to be a Republican. That's a wicked laugh. I can't deal with that one. That laugh, he always does that laugh, and it's so wicked. He hide behind a wicked laugh. That man called with that wicked laugh again. Kurt from Georgia. Yeah, he always hide behind that wicked laugh. Earl from Michigan. Earl, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Buenas tardes. And for you in California and on the West Coast, buenos dias.
Good morning, Earl.
I know. For that guy Cameron, there's a myriad of reasons why people may be in line to go into the bank.
Why is
like
it, if it's true that so many black people in Inglewood are lining instead of doing it by walk-up teller, why do black people make long lines at the bank?
There's a myriad of reasons.
Why?
I'm fixing to tell you.
Why?
Among other reasons, the ATM only allows you to take out a certain amount of money. Limited amount, maybe if you bank with the bank, it's maybe $500 per day.
Oh, that's what Nick said. He said because the blacks probably want all of their money so they go into the bank to cash the check rather than deposit in a machine.
Yeah, that's one reason. Another reason is they might have business to do with the bank. Maybe they have a loan through the bank, mortgage payments.
No, they don't pay. Blacks don't pay back loans, so it ain't that.
Oh, shut up being stupid.
Earl,
you don't know.
Earl, let's have a civilized conversation today. You don't need to do the name calling today, all right?
Well, okay, and then you don't name call either, real? Okay?
So the blacks don't pay loan back, so they ain't going in there to pay back a loan.
I still say that's stupid, that's wrong, and that's a lie.
I would accept them going in there to cash a check and get all their money back.
I don't care what you accept.
I'm not going to accept that they going in there to pay back money. That blacks don't pay back.
So if you don't accept it, what does that mean?
It's not true.
Who are you?
Jesse.
No, that means you shoot dumb and stupid, and you make general.
Bye, Earl. Let me go to Monica, 888-7753-773. Monica out of California, first-time caller. Monica, welcome to the show. You're on the air. I mean, Philadelphia. I'm sorry. What am I saying? I'm looking at Philadelphia.
I'm like, California?
I know, huh? Philadelphia.
Man, Earl's smoking pot.
I know, Earl. Something wrong with Earl.
He's smoking peyote.
I'm telling you, he can never have... I think he does that to Hake a lot, call him names like that, and I don't know. Something wrong with him. Okay, but go ahead, Monica.
Jesus. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I wanted to call back.
Did you get my message?
Yes, I got it.
Thank you for the gift, Monica. That's amazing.
I was so excited that it got to you. Yeah, so I was hoping it got to you. I was hoping it was the right P.O. box.
Yes, amazing.
I'm so happy you got it. Did you see the card?
I did. Everything is very,
How
very
awesome is that card, though? It has, like, the wall in front of the tree.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, he needs that.
It's amazing that you were able to find a card like that, too.
Oh, I searched high and low because, like, most of the cards, they're, like, bashing Trump,
right.
all that.
Yeah.
So I was like, that is so perfect for Jesse.
Thank you so much, Monica. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I wanted to ask you about, so I called in before about, forgiving my father, my parents.
Yeah.
I think you remember. So currently right now, I'm kind of dealing with, like, intrusive thoughts. Like, it's like at one moment, like, I'll feel like at peace, like I'll feel fine. And then I'll start, like, having thoughts about things, like negative thoughts. And currently, like, they're really hard to, like, fight off lately. Like, I've really been trying, like, praying, and it's just really confusing. I don't know.
You know how you feel when you're not having so-called negative thought? You feel fine, like you have no conflict, feel like everything is fine, right?
Yes.
And so when everything feels fine, you're okay with it. You're happy, right? You go on with your life. You do your thing.
Yeah, it's like I'm content.
Yeah. So when those thoughts are imposter. They're not real. So when you have what you call negative thoughts, and now you're feeling fear, or you're feeling doubt, or you're worried about yesterday,
what it leads to.
or worried about what,
like stressing.
Yeah, or worried about what tomorrow's going to bring. It's fake too. It's a lie. So when you're feeling that way, just as you move on with your life when you're feeling good, you should do the same thing when you're so-called feeling bad. It has no meaning. Just notice that you're in a thought because you think, you feel, and you tend to overreact. So just think when you are in a thought like that, just know the feeling is coming from a thought because you can't have the feelings unless you have the thoughts. And just know you're in your head. God is with you. Continue to do what you're doing. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to get rid of it by getting high or yelling at someone or blaming someone. Just notice it and then move on with your life because those thoughts that feel good, they build you up. And then they feel bad and they make you feel whatever you feel. It'll drive you nuts if you think that it's real. It's not real. It's trying to deceive you.
How do you know what thoughts are from God?
No thoughts are from God. He doesn't give you thoughts. He reveals. He allows you to see. No thoughts are from God at any time. His voice doesn't talk to you with words. He reveals things to you. He allows you to see. He reminds you of what you already know. He doesn't talk to you in your head.
Okay. Because I get confused sometimes when you say, like, all thoughts aren't real, and it's just like, but how do you know what you're feeling? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but
you say, how do you know what now?
so like your thoughts, like if they're not real, like, how do you know someone's right for you then? Like, how do you know, like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but I don't know. It's just like confusing to me, like when you say like your thoughts aren't your own. And maybe that's because, like, for years I was kind of, like, in my imagination.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I kind of depended on that, I guess.
Yes.
So I'm thinking maybe that's why. Like, the more I kind of think about it now, like, maybe that's why.
It is, because when we were little kids and we are traumatized spiritually, we escape into thoughts to survive, try to survive. But when we become adults, we go and forgive so we can come out of the thoughts and go back to living as a kid, live by revelation and not by thought. So just observe them, be patient, and it'll be fine. It'll work out. But all thoughts are lie. And if you want to know if you get the right kind of man or not, God will allow you to see that as well. He will. The beautiful thing about him, he will add things, people, places, and things unto you as needed, and you will see that it's the right person or it's not the right person. You don't have to try to figure out. You'll see it for yourself.
Gotcha. So no overthinking and just let it be.
That's right. Don't try to make anything be. Don't try to control the thoughts. Don't try to pick out good ones and let the bad one go. You just become the observer. God created man, and he breathed life into the man, and the man became a living being. You want to be a living being, the observer of life and not the creator. Let go. All right?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to say I'm really happy that you got your stuff. I'm really excited. So
amazing. Thank you again for it. I really.
Please tell Hake I hope he feels better as well.
I will. I definitely will. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jesse. God bless you.
All right, you too, Monica. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Appreciate it. Amazing. Kelvin is a first-time caller out of Florida. Kelvin, welcome to the Hake Report. You're on the air.
Well, what's up, Jesse? What's up? And it's Kelvin, not Kevin. But what's going on, JLP?
Kelvin. Kelvin, welcome to the show, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Jess.
Okay.
So, just check it out. I just got a question for you, Jess.
Okay.
What went on in Capitol Hill? I can't wait to hear your response, man, because I love your answers, dude. What went on in Capitol Hill, man? How can you not understand that if those would have been black people, I'm not going to even say Puerto Rican or brown people, but had those been black people, how can you not understand that there would have been a mass execution if black folks would have stormed the Capitol like that, dude? How can you not understand that?
Did that happen when Black Lives Matter stormed America like that?
Okay, there you go, changing the.
No, but you said black people. They were black. They are black, and they stormed America. They robbed, raped, stole, and then killed and took over police precincts and all kind of stuff. Did that happen to them? Did the cops do that to them?
Well, first of all, most of what you said did not even happen.
What did not happen? What I just said that did not happen?
Okay, Jason.
Let's do one at a time, though.
Okay.
Did that happen to blacks when they terrorized America this year?
There were. Okay, here's the problem with black movements. Now,
No. I didn't ask what was the problem with black movements.
Okay, Jess.
I'm asking you, when black people terrorized America, burning buildings, stealing washing machines, and what do we want? Dead cops when they took over the precincts in some cities. Did the cops go in there and beat them up, arrest them, or anything like that?
Okay, Jeff. I'm gonna tell you why that. Yes and no, but
you're not answering my question.
Okay, I'm gonna answer your question, Jeff. It's not a yes or okay. I'll just say no. Okay, now.
Okay, so you said that had they stormed the Capitol, it would have happened. Why do you think it would have happened if they had stormed the Capitol when they nearly burned down everything in America, tore down statues and all that? It didn't happen.
Just give me 15 seconds to respond, Jess. I can't wait to go back and hear this conversation. So check it out, Jesse. The problem with black movements right now, currently, is that we're allowing white people to infiltrate them, and
So what now?
We're allowing white people to infiltrate and join. Okay, so that's the reason you don't see mass murders, mass execution, because there are too many white people.
I'm sorry, Kelvin. Repeat what you just said. My mind drifted away for a minute. Repeat what you just said.
Okay, Jess, you ain't smoking no pot now, are you? Okay, all right. So here's what I said, Jess. The problem now with black movements for justice and equality, as opposed to back in the 60s and 70s, is there are too many. We're allowing white people to infiltrate us and assist us and join and walk alongside of us. So that's why during the Black Lives Matter issues and the problems and the riots and all that stuff, that's why there were no mass executions then, because there were too many white people a part of us then.
How do you know that's true? How do you know that's true?
Jesse, it's on TV. You can watch it.
No, how do you know that's the reason the cops let Black Lives Matter tear down America?
Because they would have took them out the same way they took out the Black Panthers. The same way.
How do you know that?
Because I'm just telling you what happened, Jesse. That's why. That's how I know that. The same reason you should know that, Jesse. You were born in Alabama, and you know they killed all.
How old are you, Kelvin?
How old am I, Jesse? I'm 40, Jesse.
You're 40? Wow.
Yeah.
And you're black, right?
Yeah, I'm mixed. I'm black and I'm mulatto, black and white.
Okay. And so at 40 years old, you believe that what you just said, you believe that to be true?
It's totally true, Jess. If black movements aren't what they were in the 60s and the 70s. We need to stop allowing white people to walk alongside and, quote, help us out. That's the only reason there was, again, if that had been a black movement, a majority black in storming the Capitol building like that, they would have been gunned down. Period.
The D.C. mayor would not send help to guard the Capitol building. Do you think that might have had something to do with those folks being able to go so far in there? Since the D.C. mayor would not send, a black woman would not send help.
A black woman would not send help?
Yeah.
Dang, Jesse, well, that's an odd take on that, man.
The mayor of D.C. is black. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. I used to live at the
And it's been reported that the Capitol, the cops or whatever you call them, at the Capitol building asked for help, but she would not send it. Did you hear that?
No, I have no idea what you're referring to.
Oh, so that's why it seemed odd to you because you had not heard about that?
Oh, my God, Jesse, man, you crack me up, dude. But it's all right.
I'm asking you, that's why it seemed odd to you because you had not heard that?
It's possible that may not even be true what you're saying, Jack, because I watched the show for a long time.
What I'm asking you, does it seem odd to you because you had not heard that?
I haven't heard it because it's probably not true.
Amazing. I want to ask you, even in the 60s, the Black Panthers stormed Sacramento State Capitol with guns. No one died, no one got shot, and they were all black. That's according to Wikipedia. So if what you said was true, if black people had stormed the Capitol, why didn't the whites do that to the Black Panthers back in the 60s?
Oh, my God. Black Panthers were killed throughout the entire...
I just read to you that back in the 60s, I just read to you, in the 60s, Black Panthers stormed the Sacramento State Capitol with guns. And no one died, no one got shot, and they were all black. That's according to Wikipedia. If that was true about the whites doing that to the blacks, why did they do it to the Black Panther then?
Jesse, man, you are tripping out, Jess. Protests that weren't even in D.C. or in any state capitals, blacks were still getting sprayed with water hoses, dogs thrown on them, shot, beaten, arrested. Jesse, Martin Luther King went to jail for Christ's sake, dude.
And why were the black people getting water hose put on them and dogs? And why did that happen?
Why did it happen? Because, Jesse, because of the racist system in which we have lived in since the birth of this nation.
That's not why it happened.
Oh, that's exactly why it happened.
You want me to tell you why it happened?
Let me hear it, Jesse. Why did it happen, Jeff?
When people hold rallies and things like that, and even today, if the whites were not afraid, the cops were not afraid. When people hold rallies like that, and the cop asks you to disperse, and you don't do it, they use other measures to get you to disperse your rally. And they, up until recently, they were doing that in America to blacks and whites.
Jesse, okay, check it out, Jesse. Well, I guess before you go ahead and have to cut me loose, let me just say this. During the Martin Luther King era, when he was peacefully protesting, 65% of American whites, did not agree with Martin Luther King. 65%, and he was as peaceful as they got. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee in the NFL, 67% of Americans did not agree with his peaceful protest. Jess, you do not see a problem with either of those staggering statistics. Jess, you do not see a problem with that this country has had for a long time due to the disapproval rate of both Martin Luther King, who was as peaceful as they come, whom they decided to kill when he decided to become a little bit more militant, or Colin Kaepernick's peaceful protest. You do not see a problem with this country, Jeff. You got to be kidding me, Jeff.
For a number of things, a few things I want to tell you about that. Did you know that when Martin Luther King started that movement, or whatever you want to call it, that most blacks didn't agree with him either, because most blacks in the South knew that all white people were not against them. They knew that it was a spiritual battle. They knew that the Jim Crow law was created by the Democratic Party to keep blacks out of the Democratic Party, and that they did not agree with Martin Luther King Jr. either. Did you know that?
Oh, my God, Jeff. You just made up a bunch of stuff, man.
No, I'm not making. I was there. They did not agree with it. As the thing went along, more and more blacks start to join it because it started getting more media attention, and blacks came from the North and other places to participate. But the normal black people in America, most of them did not agree with it. Did you know that?
The ones who didn't agree
stay with me first. You didn't know that, right?
Jeff, that ain't true, man.
You just said, you didn't know that.
Because I didn't know it because it's not true.
It is very true. It is very true. And my question to you, those blacks who disagreed with it, were they racist?
Oh, man, Jesse, there's no such thing as a racist black person. Racism is a systematic oppression. Black people don't have power.
What does that mean, systematic oppression? What do you mean?
Okay, to be racist, man, it requires power. You have to be superior over a group of people to be racist.
What do you mean by systematic oppression? What does that mean?
Systematic oppression?
Yeah.
For example, you can't get this loan despite having an adequate credit rating and adequate debt-to-income ratio. You can't move in this
How is
neighborhood.
that systematic oppression? White people can't get loans if they don't have good credit.
Well, oh, man, Jesse, man. You are a piece of work, man.
and black people can't get loans because they don't pay back.
Oh, my goodness, man. Jesse,
I know
crazy.
black banks that went out of business in so-called black communities because they loaned the money out to the blacks and they wouldn't pay it back.
Yeah, I know black banks that were bombed back in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, too. You know about that, too, don't you?
I've heard about it.
Oh, man.
So,
all right, I got one question before, whenever you get done, I got one last question for you, man.
And so tell me once again, what is systematic oppression?
Systematic oppression is what has Jim Crow. The Jim Crow law is an example of systematic oppression.
And what does that mean, Jim Crow? How did Jim Crow system? Tell me what Jim Crow did that caused you to think it was systematic oppression? What did he do?
God dang, Jesse, man, do I have to keep repeating myself, bro? Oh, shucks. Jesse, you can't live in this neighborhood, Jesse. You can't go to this institution. You can't learn at our educational facility. Your kid can't come to this school because he's black. You can't get this bank loan because you're black. You can't eat at this restaurant because you're black.
As a male, you are a male. As a male, what does it feel like to be so weak and pathetic that you believe that the white man is superior to you, and if he doesn't give you his stuff, you can't do your own thing? What happened to you personally, Kelvin, that you believe that the white man is superior to you. So if he doesn't give you what he has, you're going to take it rather than having the ability to develop your own.
Jeff, but I bet your
Answer that question for me.
I'm answering, Jeff. All right, hey man.
Why are you doing so much grinning?
Because Jeff, you always just amazing, man. That's why, bro. You just amazing, bro.
So I want to know what is wrong with you as a 40-year-old male that you're blaming the white man, and if the white man don't give it to you, you got to take it. You don't have the ability to say, well, okay, if you don't want to give it to me, I'll do my own thing.
Well,
what is wrong with you as a male that you're blaming some other male for your failure? What's wrong with you personally?
Well, I never said I was a failure, first of all.
You are a failure. You just blame the white man for everything.
No, Jess. I'm not speaking for myself, Jess.
Who are you speaking for?
I'm speaking for the situation of Black America in general, Jess.
And so you as an individual, you're doing your own thing?
I'm not doing my own thing. Just I'm the guy. I don't forget.
No. Are you taking care of yourself?
Yeah.
You have a job?
I sure do, Jess.
And so what did you do as a black male to get a job that other black people cannot do? How were you able to get around the white man? What'd you do?
I went to college and got and got a doctorate degree, Jess.
And so did the white man try to keep you from doing that?
Did they try to keep me from doing it?
Right.
Yeah, that's a broad question, man. I can say yes.
Did the white man try to keep Kelvin from Florida from going to school and getting a degree? Did the white man try to stop you?
I can say yes to that and point to a few situations in the law. I can say yes, that can be a yes.
So the white man tried to stop you.
I can say yes to that, Jeff.
And so what did you do to get around the white man stopping you?
As you would say, Jess, I endured.
And so you endured me. You were able to overcome that situation, right?
Yeah, I was able to endure it and overcome it, Jess.
And so why don't you teach that to other black people so that they don't be so weak? They're blaming someone else and they believe that white people are superior to them. Why not teach them how to overcome the situation?
Oh, my God, Jesse Lee Peterson, man. Okay, I do teach that, Jeff. But, man, the way you just take control of the conversation, man, it's just amazing the way you do it, bro. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, man. But Jeff, I have one question.
You didn't answer that question. I'm going to let you ask me that. I promise to let you ask. But
okay.
Why don't you teach the blacks how to overcome the situation rather than causing them to believe that the white man is superior to them? Why not teach them how to overcome situations?
Well, just because sometimes, man, it's impossible to overcome situations, man, based on what you experience. Man.
Was it impossible for you?
No, because
So it's not. You're no better than anyone else. Why would it be impossible for someone else if you taught them to do it?
Well, I can't put myself in someone else's shoes and what they were exposed.
So you need to be in their shoes to show them how to overcome situations?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't need to be. Well, sometimes people don't listen to you if you haven't experienced what they experienced. You know what I mean?
So did you say you were a doctor?
Yes.
You're not a very good doctor.
Oh, man, this guy right here, man. I have a doctorate, Jess. I'm a pharmacist, man.
You're a what?
Pharmacist, Jess.
Well, you're not a very good pharmacist.
Dang, Jess, it's like that, man?
Yeah.
Just one thing.
You had a question for me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you say that racism doesn't exist. I heard you say it's right or wrong, good or evil, spiritual battle, right?
Right.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Jess. Does murder exist?
Yes.
Okay, so how can murder exist but racism not? Why can't you say it's not murder, it's right or wrong, good or evil?
Because the person that commits murder is evil as well, and it's that evil that is causing them to commit murder.
So you don't think it's that evil that's causing a person to be racist, Jess?
No, it's that evil that causes a person to hate another person.
Okay, so racism does exist.
That's evil. Okay. And if you see it for what it is, then you're able to overcome it. But if you give it a fake name, it makes you think that it's physical, and you never will overcome it.
So is murder a fake name? Is it just evil? Is just a fake name?
It's the spirit that causes that, yeah.
Okay. Jess, man, I'm glad I got through to you, man.
Me too, man. Call me again, all right?
For sure, Jess. Have a good one, man.
All right. And I want you to know white people are not superior to you, okay? Stop thinking that way.
I got you, Jess. I don't think they are, man. But
Well,
thanks,
stop
man.
saying that then. It's amazing that black people believe that white people are superior to them. You don't hear the white saying it. You hear the black saying it. And you got to remember, you're condemned by your words or you're justified by your words. What you say is what you believe. You can speak life into your life or death into your life. And the black people, not all, but most, they truly believe that white people are superior to them. I hear it all the time from the blacks. You never hear the black people saying white people are superior. You never hear the white people saying black people are superior to them because white people don't believe that they're not that weak. They believe that they can overcome it. Black people used to believe that too, but they lost that. Now they believe lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Who is this from South Africa, Nick? Mandla. Is that right? Mandla. A first timer? Oh, okay. All the way from heard around the world. Even Hake is heard around the world by everybody. Isn't that, Mama? Mandla from South Africa. Welcome to the Hake Report. Amazing.
Hi, JC.
How you doing, buddy?
Amazing.
Amazing.
I'm great. Yeah, hearing your voice is something else.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yes. I am calling from Mother Africa.
Mommy Africa.
I think you should actually make a tour to come to South Africa. I think we need real change there because it is really going downhill.
What do you think? Are you?
The news needs.
I would love to visit Africa one day.
Yeah, because I was thinking if you had a tour or something made, something like that would be great.
Well, we could definitely put a tour together.
I think, because I feel like the media there is all left leaning. They even take time to make conferences for left leaning parties and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
The same thing is happening here now, where the media is now taking over and deceiving the people. The media has become a political ally for the Democratic Party, and many people are believing them, and they are losing their freedom in America. It's becoming like South Africa. Isn't that amazing? It's
a real it is something else. But I think I do agree with you on most issues.
Right.
But I think the only issue that I kind of disagree with you on was on the mask issue, the wearing of masks.
Right.
Because we know that scientifically they're not that effective, but I think the reason they say people should wear it is for you whatever chance you have of stopping it, then don't just go out in the field without something.
Are you guys mandated to wear masks in South Africa?
Yes.
Amazing.
On the street, by law. Yeah, but mostly in the townships, they don't really follow it that much.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, because I'm from the townships, so they don't really follow it that much.
Are the townships where the blacks live?
Yes.
Oh, no wonder they don't do it. No wonder.
Yeah, and then there was a thing that I was actually I wanted to like get across with like people on the right. Like I felt like sometimes we tend to follow things, like we follow everything that someone on the right says, because I do like respect Larry Elder, but he had a documentary there that had a bit of false information, like outdated information, and he was sharing it to people there, and they were all seeming to accept it. It was like about, I'm not a climate change enthusiast, because like saying climate change really doesn't say anything. It is just like Black Lives Matter. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I don't believe in all that stupid stuff, climate change and all that. It's dumb.
Yeah, because at first they used to call it global warming. Then they saw that we can't use that, because if things start to change, then they can say that, no, the temperatures are going down, what's going on? So we're going to use climate change, because climate change is going to happen either way. So they have you in a loophole.
Yep. The one thing I realized is that most people today, including Christians and non-Christians alike, they don't think for themselves. They easily turn their lives over to someone else because Christianity is so weak right now. I want you to hold on. I want you to give Mandla. I want you to give Nick your contact information, because we may be able to put together a tour so we can go there and see what we can do to help.
Okay.
Are you able to hold?
Yes.
And give Nick your contact information, all right?
Okay, yeah. I just had another comment about the U.S.
Okay. Yes.
Regarding, actually, you mentioned a point, because like people, most of the the academics, like the people that can Google, they will tell you that no, they have studies that were adjusted for killings and whatever, that no, blacks are being discriminated against, and people forget that there is such a thing as called a stereotype. So like if most black people do the killing, the stereotype you will hold that police have to check more black people. So if you do not work you with a stereotype, that's what I told Hake last time, that you will die. It's either you deal with the stereotype until that like individual shows you that he's not like part of that stereotype. He doesn't act that way.
Yeah.
Then you can loosen your guard, because that was the thing that I told him, because that's how they took down the mafias. They did the same thing.
Amazing. That's right.
They did a stop and fix, because I even heard your comment that like most of these neighborhoods that were white neighborhoods, as soon as the blacks actually came in, then like a crime started, then all the businesses went away. So it's a serious problem with us, like in terms of morals and yeah.
It's
so
amazing.
I think that more like the police are needed, because these I'm talking points that the left uses, like programs. They've been saying it. I saw your clip, like an old clip. I don't know when. It was in the 90s or 2000. Like where they were saying the same talking points, like we need more programs. We need more programs. Those like programs are not helping.
Yep.
They've been saying this.
That's right. They use that. They use that idea of programs because that make blacks feel good about being wrong, and the blacks think they're going to get some free stuff. when in reality, the people who are pushing for programs for the blacks are really enriching themselves. That money comes in, but they keep the money and they keep the so-called power. And the blacks stay dumb.
Exactly. Yeah, because I saw what was that with it defund the police. When you like interview these guys, they're like, do you like even know what defund the police means? No, we mean that we want program. Like, so then, why do you say defund the police?
That's right.
Because and then the people complain with police brutality that I think there was a guy that was running in like California. He came there, you were like supporting him. Then he said that he refused to give the police his bag, but he's in a neighborhood that is filled with crime and all that. So he was shocked that the police actually punched him for not showing him his bag.
It's the darndest thing I've ever seen. And so you have the liberal whites and blacks using the other blacks for their own personal gain, but the blacks who are carrying out these horrible acts and things, they act like they don't see what they're doing. It's crazy. Yeah,
people in the hood actually do not blame the thugs for the police brutality that they face.
Yeah.
They don't blame the thugs. They blame the police. They say, no, white people do crimes too. Why don't they get...
yeah.
It's insane because the thing is, more black people... If you go to gun memorial, look at all the states, look at all... It is sad. It's like what is this? It's a genocide. It's a real genocide.
Yeah.
Upon black people.
Yeah,
you just go on the side, like scroll. It's only black people that are dying.
And
literally, it's only black people.
It's amazing. But Mandla, I need you to hold. I got to run. But the reason that the blacks make up excuses, all angry people make excuses for their action. They can't see what they're doing. And so instead of just say, hey, you know what, I'm wrong, they'll make up excuses which put them more into darkness. Yeah. And that's why they do that. But Mandla, hold on for me, if you don't mind. I want to get your information and see what we can do to work together, all right?
Okay.
Nick, take his contact email or whatever so that we can get in touch with him. This is from Breitbart. In a response to the former name of the football team, remember there was a football team called the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins. One native man made a shirt resembling the old football logo, but instead with the name Caucasian on it. Let me see that. Oh, that's an Indian. He put Caucasian on it, right? Yeah. What is that supposed to mean?
I'm thinking that it's the white people. He's trying to say that it's the white people who are forcing the team to change the name instead of it being his.
It's not what
culture.
The Indians want.
Well, I mean, it took away the Redskins was, that was their like representation of them. So when they changed the name, they kind of took that away.
Nick said that he's trying to make white people feel like how he feels.
Oh.
To him, the Washington Redskin was racist. So he made his version. So trying to make the white people feel bad.
I'm thinking he should be proud that he has a football team he can be proud of. What the?
People do some crazy stuff, huh?
What a mess.
And Hake just texted me. He said, that means we're tough. Hake also said, bring back the dogs and the fire hoses. Remember when that guy Kelvin was talking about They put the dogs on the blacks. Who let the dogs out? Who? He said, bring back the dogs and the fire hoses. And this man with the white man shirt on him mean that the white people are tough. It's amazing. And so my producer's telling me that white people on Twitter are loving the shirt and want to buy one. The fake outrage over a team name, but no one is mad at the team name. This fake outrage over a team name, but no one is mad at the team name Vikings. Oh, that's a new name now, Vikings?
No. That's already a pre-existing team.
Vikings is tough, though, right? The symbol looked tough.
I know.
It looked tough to me. Hake didn't get any super chats or anything? Because I think I'm supposed to read super chats and stuff for him. But you guys don't tell me, so I don't know.
Oh, I see some here.
And Nick said he's going to get the rest. Super chats for Hake.
Okay, Hake super chats. We got Jiggly Spy with the diamond. Or maybe that's Giggly. I don't know. Jib Jab. Earl sounds like he be hanging out with old boy Tony the Stony because he be trying to twist the Bible quotes.
I know.
He must be doing that with Tony. Justice S. Also, I had no idea you were going to read my debunked comment on air yesterday. I was totally kidding. Lesson learned, LOL. I sent Streamlabs to Hake to clarify, but wanted to mention it here because that was embarrassing.
Who was that?
Justice S.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. And that looks like all for now.
Thank you all for the hate super chat. I want to remind you that tonight at 7 p.m. the Women's Forum for ladies only. Normally on Thursdays it's the third Thursday night, but we're having it the second Thursday night of this month because of my schedule, right? And so, ladies, come on out tonight. We're gonna have a time. We're gonna have a time. We're gonna have a time. Nathan is from Toronto, Canada. We'll come back to those, Nick. Thank you, buddy. Nathan, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. Good to speak to you again.
Thank
now
you,
that you're on Hake's show every day, I'm just going to call you every day, bro.
Amazing.
And I just wanted to say, I think the guy who is being walked by his wife in Canada,
yeah,
I think that was Travis Pangburn.
Why do you think that?
Because he's a beta.
Who is Travis Pangburn?
That's the guy you interviewed.
Oh, that guy you interviewed the other day.
Oh,
from Canada?
Yeah, I remember that. Amazing. Yeah.
The fedora tipper?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I remember that conversation, and I just don't. Anyone who doesn't believe in God, I just can't trust them anymore. You know, they just don't do it for me anymore.
Well, anyone that has anger cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for sure, yeah. And I noticed that a lot of people most people who have anger don't believe in God. The only people who don't have anger do believe in God. Like you. You're the only person I've ever seen that doesn't have anger in my life. So
well, there are some more out there somewhere.
Somewhere. I know that there's one other guy named Sadhguru. I wish you could have a conversation with him. He's like an Indian guru guy. You guys would have a really interesting conversation if you guys ever met up.
Amazing.
Amazing. Anyway, so my question today, Jesse, is about working in the environment that we live in, like the corona, the masks and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, I haven't been working for a couple of months, and, I'm trying to look for jobs and stuff like that, but, like, I really, really don't want to wear this mask all day. I don't want to get vaccines and stuff like that just to work at a grocery store and stuff like that. So I'm really, like, having trouble finding ways to make money where I don't have to be dependent on a corrupt system,
Can you start your own business?
I could,
Why don't you start your own? It's a perfect time to start your own business.
True. You're right. I think I was doing the silent prayer yesterday, and I got an idea for something. So
well, work on it, and one thing will lead to another one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
These opportunities things like this is giving us an opportunity to examine ourselves and see what we can do. It's really forcing us to bring out the best that's in us and so that we wouldn't have to depend on the system in that way.
Right.
So
yeah, because I really respect. Sorry.
Start your own thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good perspective. Like, use it as a way to find a way to break away from the system and not depend on it. Like, I've been trying to like do the stock market and things like that, but it's kind of hard to consistently make money at that. So,
right. Well, if you want to continue that, and bring in some money while you're doing it, and in the meantime, be working on your own business, one step at a time.
Right. Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
One more thing. You know what's amazing?
What?
Yeah, I got an amazing story for you. So a couple of months ago, I randomly sent a clip of yours to a friend of mine on Instagram.
Yes.
And at first, he was very skeptical. I remember I saw him comment on it, and he was like, "No, like I've been raised by my mother, and she has love and all this stuff, right?"
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I just sent him a message. I saw he was watching your show still, and I sent him a message like, "Oh, you're still watching?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, like." I actually called into Jesse the other day for counseling. Like, I've been watching Jesse straight through this whole time, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe that, man. That's amazing.
That's why I say we never know when someone may see the truth. We put it out there. If they don't accept it right then, that's amazing. But then down the road, something may click for them. Oh, that makes sense, You just never know. We have to be patient with one another.
I don't know if you probably won't remember because, I'm black and slow. But Ryan, his name was Ryan, and he's from Vancouver. So you talked to him the other day. So that's awesome that you helped him out.
Thank you, man. It sounds familiar, too. But it won't come all the way yet. But amazing. Well, I'm glad you helped him, man.
Well, one more thing I got to say. I've been listening all day, and I'm half black and half white, right?
Yeah.
And so I've seen things from both sides. And I just got to say, man, for the most part, black people are immoral. And the reason why they are immoral is because they're so into their blackness.
Yeah.
And that is ego. It's pure ego. And it's the worst form of ego because it's just based on your skin color. And they're so into it that they just can't see anything else other than that. And it's
100%. 100%.
And that's why all these guys come on and they're all denying and saying that they're lawyers and Donald Trump, lawless Trump. Like, man, these guys they're lost, man. They really need to just sit down and do the silent prayer for like a good 24 hours.
They definitely need to wake up, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
Well, thanks, Jesse. Keep on doing what you do. You're 5 hours a day. You have the alpha vocal cords, my friend. Alpha vocal cords.
Trump Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let me know how it goes, all right? Your business.
Yeah. Have a great day, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Amazing. So when someone let me know if Hake gets some more super chats or anything, that way I don't have to keep asking. Because I'm not calling for them because I can't tell if we have or not. I want to tell you this. Just to show you how insane things are. This is from the Denver Post. The Denver City Council voted in favor of legislation to rename Columbus Park. And guess what they want to rename it to? And all of them voted in favor of it. All of them. All of the Denver City councilmen voted in favor to rename the Columbus Park to La Raza Park. And La Raza is a radical Mexican group. And they're going to name it La Raza. And what does La Raza mean? I used to know what it meant. The race. Thank you, Nick. Isn't that amazing? This is from the Denver Post. Here's your soundbite.
It certainly is, Karen. This park was named Columbus Park back in the 1930s. By the 1960s, a large number of Latino residents moved into the surrounding area. By the 1970s, it was the focal point of the Chicano movement. And now, today, that controversial name is a thing of the past.
My whole life, I've only known this park as La Raza Park.
Denver's Columbus Park has officially been renamed La Raza Park. For decades, Latinos on Denver's north side haven't known it any other way.
Just like having that formally known is just, it makes this park at least feel like this was meant for us.
Denver City Councilwoman Amanda Sandoval represents District 1. She's lived on the north side her entire life and sponsored a bill to change the name.
I was writing an email to the manager of Parks and Rec to talk about when the sign would go up. And it's the first time in my entire life that I didn't have to put Columbus Park and then in parentheses La Raza Park. And I got teared up, and I was like, moving forward, I don't ever have to say that name again, Columbus.
But what exactly does La Raza mean? Here at the park, it depends on who you ask.
Family, just the way of life.
To take it straight from the word, it's our roots.
While La Raza can be interpreted many different ways, parkgoers agree the change is long overdue.
Amazing. So go to America and turn America into Mexico. So La Raza means race. They think Columbus was a racist. So they go from one race to another race? What
does changing the name do for people?
Nothing. Make the ego feel good. That's it. Nothing. Why go to America if you like La Raza? Stay in Mexico and do La Raza. Why go to another country and turn that country into your country? I'm surprised to see the Mexican going along with this crap. Because, I don't know. Why go to America if that's what you want? Stay where you are with that mess. The race, right? So it's not, quote unquote, racist to say that, La Raza, but it's racist to put Columbus up there. The man who made it possible for you to be in this country. James is out of Michigan. James, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
How you doing today, brother?
All is well, James. How are you?
I'm well. And so I was calling in to comment on the Dr. Kelvin, talking about.
He's not even a real doctor. He's a pharmacist.
Yeah, well, I ain't a doctor. I ain't even a high school graduate. I'm just a dumb hillbilly. But I understand. I understand the reason why we got so many problems is because the United States of America is becoming the divided states of America.
Yeah.
When you claim racism only as black or only as white, I think that's completely wrong. It's not really racism. It's just discrimination. You know. I'm white. I grew up in a completely, a predominantly black area. I won't say completely. I think it's 87% black. When I was a kid going to school, I thought I was black. You know, all my classmates was black. You know, so, you know, I was raised up. You know, I thought I was black. I was discriminated against because I dressed like that, had my pants sagging down around my knees, and I thought I was black. So.
And did the blacks treat you at school as though you were black?
Oh no. They didn't think I was black at all. They treated me like, you know, like I was less than them.
Yeah.
But you know, what I was getting at is he talking about black folks don't got no credit. I didn't have no credit either, man. My credit was bad too, because I acted like I was black. You know? I ran wild, sold drugs in the street. The police, you know, they harassed us, and the reason why they harassed us is because we was out there doing wrong.
Yep.
You know, when I started getting my act together and straightened up, pulled my pants up, you know, started acting like a human being instead of like an animal, you know, things started to change.
That's right, man.
The city across the river, where I live is the Twin Cities. So the city across the river is about 90% white. I used to hate them because I thought they had better opportunities than us, which they probably did because their schools was better and, you know, the government didn't squander away their money. Our city's still in shambles. But, you know, like I said, the moral to the story is we got to become the United States of America and not the divided states of America.
Absolutely, man. And they have divided us like I've never seen before.
Right. Kelvin was talking about the reason why them people in the summer didn't get shot up was because they letting white people get into their black movement. Well, that's the only way we're going to get anywhere is if we stick together. Separating us ain't going to do no good. A black movement, a white movement, that's garbage. We got to have a Christian movement.
But it was interesting to hear him, instead of blaming Black Lives Matter for what they are doing and have done, he still want to put whites in there so he can blame the whites. But I don't care what anyone said. Black Lives Matter started the terrorist attack upon America this year.
Right. We got to take our responsibility for our own actions.
Yes.
And not blame it on nobody.
That's right.
You know, I don't condone what happened at the Capitol.
Right.
Them people was idiots.
Yeah.
Not for a minute. You can't go in and act wild, tear up nobody else's stuff. If they didn't tell you to come in, you shouldn't go in. But yeah, man, we got to stick together. It's only one race. That's the human race. And like you say, it's good and evil. We gotta get more good. Now, I heard something that was pretty interesting. Christians, I think, make up like 32% of the population. So if every one of us Christians can just get one person to come to God this year, then we can double that by next year.
That's right. I thought it was, when I first started out with my nonprofit 30 years ago, it was 80% of this country, the people believed in God, right? So now it's only 30%? What the?
Yeah, we're in bad shape, brother.
That's amazing. Thank you, James. Amazing call, man. Thank you for it.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
You too. He's right, folks. We got to bring people back. We got to bring Christianity back. Our theme this year, loving God with all your heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else. Treat your neighbor as yourself. Endure. We got to bring back Christianity. Don't be afraid or embarrassed to say you're a Christian. It's an honor. It's a blessing to be a Christian. Jeff, let me go and check and see about these super chats. Because I don't want to.
They're not there, so that's why.
Oh, okay. Thank you. When James is not here, they don't treat him right, folks. No, I'm messing with you. Jeff is a first-time caller out of New Jersey. Jeff, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey. Wow, I actually got a million questions and things to say, but I also got to ask you about the previous callers, especially the wonderful pharmacists and lawyers out there and all that love to call this show. I guess they're so busy with their professional jobs that they have to call this show. But I honestly, I really have to doubt that these people are educated, or else they're extremely blinded, because the man, Kelvin, the guy claims to have a doctorate, and he can't even see the difference between cause and effect. I'm supposed to want him to give me medication.
I know. I was thinking the same thing, man. Even with that lawyer from Georgia with the wicked laugh, I don't believe that he's a lawyer.
Both of them have the laugh.
Yeah.
And I think it's a laugh of so much anger that even if they are supposedly educated, it's so much blinded them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he doesn't see murders and action, evils, the cause. And they're claiming that racism is the cause of their whatever systematic problems. It's that they're claiming racism is the cause.
And the fake lawyer tried to blame it on the president. It's crazy.
Well, seriously, I mean,
Georgia.
You're gonna want this person to defend you in court, and you can't see the logic there, or the same thing. So I honestly, if this guy has a doctorate, he's really discrediting having a doctorate if he does.
Well, you know what it is, Jeff, is that these blacks are not earning those so-called degrees. They're getting them because they're black. So these white schools are letting them in because of they're black, based on affirmative action. And then once they get in, they don't have to work as hard as the white kids and others. So they give them a piece of paper called a degree, and they send them on their way. And the blacks have not earned it, so when they get out, they're still not very smart because they have not earned their way. And that's why they still believe all this other crap, because they have not earned it. They're not doing it for themselves.
Well, it's even the science classes and all that have had become in like this. I mean, on a note that goes with why that's happening.
Yeah.
Is so, we're doing all this, remote learning using like Zoom and stuff now with a lot of school districts.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, I pay attention to the Zoom classes while I'm at home with my kids.
It's good, man.
And last time was last week. I caught two of his teachers. One of them, she handed out 2 articles to the kids, one from Newsmax, the other one Associated Press. And as soon as she gave it to them, I go and I say to them, okay, search the article for the word evidence. I guarantee you, all it's going to say is there's no evidence for the claims. Okay? Yeah, of course. That's the only thing. It doesn't mention the evidence that's been given.
Yeah.
It says that he has no evidence. And the other one, his science teacher, she's at one point in the class starts having the kids, so do any of you have anything to offer about what happened yesterday? And it's especially the girls in the class. They start talking about how, his words caused violence and so on and so forth. And it got to be to the point of I couldn't stand it any longer. I tried to remember what you said about, don't let anger take you.
Yeah.
But I just felt like enough is enough. I flat out went to the camera on my son's computer, and I just said to the teacher, excuse me, what's the science subject here? This is politics.
Amazing. That's nice.
And she says, no. I'm not giving my opinion on anything. I'm just asking them how do they feel. So, yeah, but this is a science class.
Yeah.
If they have feelings to talk about, that's what their parents are for.
That's right. That's amazing. This is why we either need the parents in the classroom with the kids or stop sending your kids to the government schools like this. They're brainwashing them.
Actually, this is something that I think is kind of good about doing the remote learning. I can actually listen in on what's going on.
Absolutely, man. I love that. Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. Amazing call.
All right. Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Wow. That's right. Sit right there in front of that Zoom and watch what your kids are being fed. Watch what they're being fed. A couple super chat for the Hake report, Joel.
Couple super chats for the Hake report. So we got a Streamlab from Robert. Jesse, you're so mamma mia to me. Hola.
Amazing. Thank you.
Jib Jab, we are building our own rocket and moving to the moon. There are seats available, but if you are caught with a mask, you will be ejected. No questions asked.
That's right.
That's all for now.
Amazing. Thank you for Hake. Thank you. So Nancy Pelosi called herself a wife and a mother and other gendered terms that were voted against just a few weeks ago. She called herself a mother and a wife. You can't say that, Nancy, not in the government. You can't say I'm a wife and a mother, Nancy. And other gender terms that you're not allowed to say. They don't want you to say it. You won't be arrested yet. But she said this weeks after saying that you can't use those words. This is from the Daily Caller. Here we go.
I stand before you as a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a daughter whose father proudly served in this Congress.
Evil woman. She left that part out. Amazing, right? What is going on? And tomorrow we have a brand new episode of the FILLS-IN. Brand new episode. I interviewed Tito Jackson, one of the Michael Jackson brothers. It was an amazing discussion. And here's the teaser.
Next time on The Fallen State.
I made music at the time when you were afraid to say damn on the record.
Yeah.
We would go to our little private schools. They'll be studying about history in England or whatever. And we'll come back and they're learning about the Queen, and we'll show them pictures of us and the Queen. And there's a lot of great cops out there. But I've had a few friends. What you stopped me for? You're going to get treated the way you treat others.
Yes.
If you're driving and your license expired, you're supposed to go to jail.
What was it like when you lost Michael Jackson?
That was one of the worst times ever. I think about my brother every day, man. Every day.
The FILLS-IN tomorrow at 12 noon. Don't forget to check that out. It was an amazing interview. I feel like I'm losing my voice.
Uh-oh.
And I got to do, 2 or 3 taping of the FILLS-IN after this.
Get a cough drop.
Oh, yeah. I will. Shilo is out of Ontario, Canada. Shilo, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
Hey, Jesse. Good to talk to you, man.
Thank
How
you,
doing?
Shilo. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the reason, first of all, when I called, Nick was giving me some attitude, man. He said, he asked me, why are you calling? And he said, give me more details. And I start giving him more details, and he's rushing me off saying, okay. I'm like, dude, relax, man.
Well, be patient. He's real busy right now. He's doing the hate news, trying to help me with my show, and he come in and give out reports. And so I doubt if he would treat, if he would rush, he would just rush. He wasn't being mean to you at all.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't take it that way. I just thought it was kind of weird.
No,
but
he doesn't have a mean bone in his body.
Well, the reason I'm calling is because, so I was born and raised in Zimbabwe, which is close to South Africa. And my mom worked for President Mugabe. I don't know if you know much about the politics in Zimbabwe.
A little bit, but not much, yeah.
Yeah, it was very Marxist, and they did a lot of evil things. He killed a lot of people. People don't know this about him because they disagreed with him. And that's the reason so I live in Canada right now, and that's the reason we moved, right?
Yes.
And it's a little bit frustrating because we have a WhatsApp group, my family, because we have family in the UK, family in the US, family here. And it's frustrating when they keep posting this propaganda, about the Capitol. When I posted stuff about the Black Lives Matter / Antifa riots, they were dead silent or they were making excuses. For instance, I was late for work, about half an hour late for work, because I was arguing with my mom about the Black Lives Matter riots. And she was saying they have no other. She was like, I've never seen my mother this angry. She was like frothing from the mouth, and she's screaming and yelling like it was like a rabid dog. I'm not even kidding. And I had forgiven her, right? So yeah. I could handle it without getting emotional. And she was saying they had no other option. This is what they needed to do. They've tried everything, but now with this Capitol stuff, she's saying how evil they are and how can they destroy government property, and people died, and it's frustrating to me. And I wonder, because I think about you. You've been spreading this message of truth for decades now. Look at the intro to your show, right? That's from the 90s.
Yes.
And if you look at that footage, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that's footage from now. Things haven't changed. You've put so many resources to rebuilding the man. And I just wonder how do you handle that? Years and years of giving the truth out and people just ignoring it. And even though they're still suffering, they don't want to do anything different.
Well,
that's my question.
Really good question, man. And when I first started out in the 90s, 1990, at that time I thought things were bad. I'm like, wow, things are really, really bad. I had no idea they could get worse like they are today, right? But I do want to tell you that there are people who are waking up, really, around this country and all races. I literally hear from all races. And not only are there people around this country waking up, they're waking up around the world. And so God has something in mind that we don't know about, because the people are not just waking up to sit around. Good things will be happening, and it's going to be amazing. And then those who are rejecting it, because it's not me doing the work, I'm just a mouthpiece for the truth, right? If they accept it, fine. If they don't, fine, because you can't make anyone accept the truth. Even God doesn't force you to love him. If you don't want to love him, he's fine with it. He'll let you suffer. So when they don't accept it, that's fine with me. Most will not. Only a few will find that straight and narrow path. It's just the way it is.
So is it best just to let them be? Because the other issue is they're young. They're young people in the chat, like my nieces and my nephews. One of my nieces actually gave me a call because she said, "Oh, how come you're so quiet about these things that they're?" Because usually I respond back, but now I'm just saying, "What is the point?" And I had a nice long conversation with my niece, and she's very unaware of the things that were going on last year, because especially in Canada, it's not reported at all, right?
Yes.
So it's pretty amazing what she didn't know, and it was nice to talk to her. So I guess, I don't know, maybe with the other family members who keep posting all this garbage, even though I can disprove it, just leave them be, I guess? Is that the best?
You don't argue with them about the truth. You can't make anyone see the truth. And the one niece that want to hear the truth, you communicate with her. But the rest, just wish them well. Don't be angry at them, and wish them well, and let them suffer and die. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay. And I just want to give a shout-out to the D-Life. They want to get rid of me because I told them Biden was going to win. They're kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is, right?
Amazing.
All right, peace, man.
Thank you, Shilo. I appreciate it. You can't make anyone receive the truth. Or don't argue about the truth. You be a living example. Love your neighbor as yourself, but you can't make anyone accept it. And if they don't want to accept it, you wish them well. They have a right to do it their way, not accept it, suffer. Wish them well. Don't be angry. Don't do what these people are trying to do to the Great White Hope. Don't try to get revenge. Revenge is of God. You can't get revenge against anyone. You will regret it. Believe me, what's happening to the Great White Hope, number one, he's a living example of how we should deal with evil. A perfect example of it. And number two, the people who are going after him in this matter, they hate him. They've been doing it for 4 years, from day one, nothing new. They hate him. So, revenge is of God. Those people are not going to get away with this. Believe me. So don't get angry, observe and watch and discern, but don't hate. And y'all get involved. Run for government. Get involved. All right? Start your own business. Start a online thing so folks will have somewhere to go. All right? Get busy. Don't sit around worrying. Donald is a first-time caller out of North Carolina. Donald, welcome to the show. You're on the air. The Hake Report. Donald? See what's going on with Donald. Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Rick, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
What's up, Jesse, man? Everybody named Mo will listen to the Jesse Lee Peterson Show and the Hake Report today, brother.
Amazing. Thank you, Rick.
Man, you know, one caller you had on here, man. He hit it on point.
Hold on 1 minute, Rick. Your phone is
okay.
It has a static noise.
Oh, how about now, Jesse? Can you hear me?
Rick, pull back from the phone a little bit. You're a little bit too close.
Okay, Joel, what about now?
That's better, yeah.
Okay, good.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, the last call, not the last call, a couple of calls, he was saying that a lot of blacks are into their skin color and culture.
Yeah.
Man, he hit it right on the nail, man. You can try and minister to a black and they just and that's how the race hustlers, get a hold of them, like the Tariq Nasheeds and stuff. They just make them focus on their skin color and their culture.
Yep.
And that can't do nothing for it. I'm not against learning history at all.
Don't know much about history. Yeah, blacks are too into their blackness instead of being into God, and so they'll believe it. They're living in the past with something that doesn't even exist anymore, and it wasn't as bad as they've been told, and they think that what happened then is happening now. It's amazing.
And it's like you talk to anybody, all they scream is racism. Anything happened to them negative, and they at the job, is just always racism, man. I mean, I'm like, I tell people, I don't know. I must have been blessed, Jesse. I have never been an angry person.
Right on.
And some of the things people go through. At one time, I was thinking I wasn't even normal, man. 'Cause I said, man, I don't go through that, man. And I'm putting together what you say. When you're angry, you go through a lot of stuff you don't have to go through.
Believe me, it's no fun being angry. Been there and done that. There's no life into it at all.
I believe you, because I see how people act. They can't make good decisions.
Yeah.
Impatient. Everything that's not of God you bring out when you're angry. And
absolutely.
I've just been but what do you think gonna happen to the president, man? You think he got ace up his sleeve before all this is over with?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm still waiting. Waiting for the world to change. I'm waiting, man. I support the president then, and I supported him then, and I support him now, because I understand the spiritual battle, and I know I don't care what anyone else is saying about him. I know that he's under attack because he is a straight, white, conservative, Christian man of power. He want to do the right thing. He's trying to do right for the country. He want to do the right thing. So all this other crap that they were saying, I let it go in one ear and out the other. Doesn't mean a thing.
And you see how hard they're trying to push on. And I'm telling you, whoever married to Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters, man, there's some evil women, man. I wonder, do they husband even have a say-so, or do they allow him to be the man of the house?
I doubt it. Believe me, those women are daughters of Satan for sure.
Yeah, the only difference between them is one is black and one is white.
The wicked witch of the West, and with the low IQ, and the wicked witch of the North. Nancy Pelosi with the low IQ. Yeah.
Hey, one from Southern California and the other one from Northern California. Good Lord, man.
It's amazing. But we'll make it through this, and the president will be fine, man.
Yeah, I'm praying that he does, man. I would love for him just before inauguration that he come up with so much evidence and can even prove it. There's been stuff going around that President Obama's possibly linked to it, and I'm like I said, I'm not surprised if he is.
Not at all. Believe me, he's behind the scenes doing something. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it, man.
Okay, just love y'all guys. God bless. Be good.
All right, you too, buddy. Donald, it's a first-time call out of North Carolina. Donald, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
Good evening, Jesse. How you doing?
All is well, Donald. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been listening to you for a long time, and you say a lot of good stuff.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's just that I was, you always wonder, everybody want to learn a little bit more. What do you think about the stuff that the president is going through?
This attack upon him?
Yes.
It's evil, and it shows in a big way that there's a warfare going on between good and evil, and they hate this man so much that they want to crucify him. If it was possible to crucify him, put him on a cross, they would do it, because the evil in them hate the good in him.
Yes, I do believe they hate him. I do believe that.
Without a doubt.
I've been thinking about him, and I've been praying for him, because if just a few people hate me, and I know it, it's not so bad. But when it appears like the whole world or half of the whole world is, him being president, and all of them hating him, I've been praying for him because. But I think he brought this upon himself. I really do.
In what way?
I don't want him to. I don't want to see anyone suffer. I don't say he deserved this, because there's a lot of things I deserve, and I'm glad I didn't get everything I deserve. But
just imagine how we all wimp about the little stuff we deal with in life with our families and friends and personal stuff. Just imagine what this guy is dealing with in a big way in front of all of us, and the way he's dealing with it. Why do you think he brought it upon himself in a way?
Well, it was a test for him, and it was a test for us also. He was too high-minded. He was too proud. He's being brought low. He's like I say now, I don't want to, what he's going through, I wouldn't want that on anyone.
Right.
But he's being brought low. But he's, the way he talked to people, you can't, just the way he talked to people, and, like back in the good old days, like you talk about a lot of times.
Yeah.
If a president would curse and say, "Get them SOBs off the field," or if he would mimic a crippled person, he wouldn't have had any chance to be president. So you see, things really have changed.
If he said SOB in the good old days, right? Well, you have a point in that. Well, number one, I don't really know how the president spoke before, because they weren't on camera, right? But
that's true, yeah.
So I don't know, because when you see the history of the president, they are cursing. We just didn't see it on TV because at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
look.
But when he said take the SOBs off the field, that's exactly what they were acting like, turning their back on America like that, turning their backs on the military men and women, turning their backs on the flag and on the national anthem. You have to be an SOB to do something like that.
Well, I don't know. I think he was in over his head, and he wasn't good for the country either, though. He really wasn't. He brought the worst out of people.
But really that's what good does. It brings the worst out of the people in hope that they'll get better. The light shines on the darkness, and it brings the darkness out of the people.
You're right. The good will bring the worst out of people. It will. So, but anyway, like I said, I called you just to holler at you, and I've been praying for Trump, because I don't want that. I wouldn't want anybody to go through what he's going to have to go through. And one more question I had to ask you, and then I'll let you go. You do say you do not sin, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I won't argue with you on that point, but if a person does sin and claim to be a Christian, is he a Christian? Is he saved if he sins occasionally?
No, because if you sin, you're of your father, the devil. Your nature is of Satan. And if your salvation is of the heart, and so if your heart has been renewed from hate to love, from imperfect to perfect, which is of God, you can't sin. And sin is hating someone, judging them, being angry, playing God, right? Sin is not all the other stuff you do as a result of the fallen state. He will help you overcome that once he renew your heart. But hatred is playing God when you hate your fellow man.
Yeah. Now, you're right. I hate sin because I'm a witness to what sin did to me. Sin robs me of joy.
Yeah.
It robs me of pleasure. That's what sin does.
Yeah.
But I want to read the scripture right here, if you don't mind, and I just want to learn.
Okay.
1 John chapter 2, verses 1 and 2. It says, "My little children, these things write I unto you, that ye sin not."
Right.
It says, if any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ. So it sounds like to me it's saying if you do sin, he's there to help you out. So if you do sin, Jesus is there pleading on our case. And especially if we repent and ask God to forgive us.
Well, what happens is when you if we were born into perfect families, we would not sin. We would not fall away from the Father. But if you're born into an imperfect family, and most people are, not all, but most people are, then you have a way out. When you go and forgive, then God will forgive you and bring you back to Him. Yeah, you're right. That forgiveness part, that is true. I mean, I've learned to forgive people, and especially if I believe I've been forgiven. Naturally, I'm going to want to forgive people. I live a better life after I forgive people. Absolutely. And yes, sir. He even said before you enter into the kingdom of heaven, you must go and forgive, because that angry heart is not of Him. It's evil, right? And so evil cannot enter into the light of God. It can't enter into the kingdom. Amen. But anyway, it's been good talking with you, and I'm going to keep praying for Donald Trump because, I mean, he deserves some prayer because, man, he's going to go through some stuff, I do believe. But it was a test for him. It was a test for him. I was telling my social media guy, Chris, this morning, I wish that I could talk to Donald Trump right now, either interview him or just a private conversation. I would really want to know what is he thinking? How is he dealing with this on the inside? Me too. Yeah, I would too. I would want to know what's it like. I don't want to have to experience it, but I want to know what is it like having to deal with what this man is dealing with. I would love to hear him say what that is like. And you're right. And I don't want to see them crucify him. We need to have compassion on people. Yes. But we need to. Yes, we do. I mean, because man, this got to be rough. I'm telling you, the only other person that I'm aware of that went through what the Great White Hope is going through now was Jesus Christ. He did, but he was perfect. Right. He didn't deserve any of it. And Donald Trump is being made perfect right now. It could be. It could be because if God is real, and I do believe He's real, God is speaking to that man. He's working through him. I'm telling you, man, it's amazing. I would love to have a dialogue with him. Thank you, Donald. Call me again, man. Amazing call. Yeah, thank you, man. You got a great platform. You can bless these people, so continue to bless. I will. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Bye now. Amazing. Serena is a first-time caller out of Georgia. Georgia, on my mind. Serena, welcome to the Hake Report.com.
Hey. Hi, sir. How are you?
All is well. How you doing, Serena?
I've been better.
What's wrong?
I've been better.
What's wrong?
Well, just a quick background. I had been Luciferian for probably about 37 years. And things have happened to me. Unfortunately, yes, but I'm not anymore. Don't worry.
Does that mean to worship the devil?
I guess we tried to make it. We tried to change the idea. I guess to make it more subliminal to people, more acceptable. That it was more of a lighthearted sense. It was just lies. But so recently, I've come to fear what's coming. I know what's coming. So I've accepted Jesus Christ, and I'm starting to fully turn my life around. But throughout my life, I've had issues where He has tried to speak to me, and I've ignored it. He's tried to lay things at my feet to bless me, and sometimes I ignored them.
Meaning God?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
But my question is, because I'm terrified of what's happening. I see what's happening with my children, with what's going on with them in school, with everything that they're being exposed to and the lies, and just I see it all, you know. And so my question, like a caller had a little while ago I was listening to, was how do we start? If all of our churches are closed which they are. I drive by every day. They're shut down and everything. How do we, get it out there that we're in for some deep trouble? I'm terrified. I am. And I don't want to watch anybody's children go down this path, or anybody. I don't want this pain and this just, I can't even begin to describe it. I don't see doom and gloom for us, but I know that something is coming that we're going to have to endure. And I just want to know how to not fear that, and how to speak out and get more people, because as you said earlier, where are the churches? Where is everybody speaking out?
Yeah.
It's like everybody's afraid to be beat down or to be ridiculed. I've been an outsider my whole life. My whole life, I have been beaten and talked about, and I think that's why I chose the path I did. When I was about 11, I went to Sunday school. I didn't have any religious teaching, bringing up nothing. My parents weren't anti-religious or anything either. But I chose to go to Sunday school. And why, when I went to Sunday school, was I erasing angrily the face of Jesus on one of those workbook sheets. I couldn't understand why. It didn't make sense to me. And the devil made himself very real to me when I was a young girl, and I accepted it from then on that was just the way that life was.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's not true.
Right.
It's the lies. But how do we come back from that? We let this happen. We did. We turned a blind eye and we let it happen.
Yeah.
How do we come back from this, Jesse? I'm scared.
Okay. Serena, fear not, God is with you. Really. What you do is, and to know that our bodies are the temples of God, and He dwells in us, right? And if you stay away from anger so you don't overreact, doubt every thought, you will see that God. Be still, you will see that God is with you. Don't worry. Don't go by what you see with your physical eyes. You want to see with your spiritual eyes. And you're going to see this warfare happening. This is why God said, be in the world, but not of it. Right, but we can't make that happen either. When we endure overcoming the world, when we endure losing things, losing people, losing this or that, we are too attached to it. And so He's taking that away from us. So if we lose it, it doesn't matter because He'll take care of us anyway. So stay away from anger. Stay away from thoughts. They're all lies. Just relax, and you will see that He's with you, and you'll be fine. Because the things that are happening, He will protect His children from that. So don't worry, all right? Don't let anything be so important that it causes you to freak out like this. God is with you. Don't believe anything that Satan is telling you about it. Even though the churches have cowered down, the people are not speaking up anymore for the most part. Family and friends are turning against one another. All the wicked things are happening. Turn your chest, right? Turn your chest on D-Live for Hake. Stay out of your head about it. Satan is lying to you.
That's my problem, is I stay in my head a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And in your head is where Satan dwells. In your heart, the soul of your belly, is where God dwells. And He will reveal things to you. Stay out of your head. Doubt every thought about anything that you see or hear. Don't believe it.
So because I've been a firm believer in meditation for years, to just quiet yourself and listen to Him.
Right.
But I thought Him was a different Him. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
I
the
do.
whole idea of meditation, I understand that you can let in bad stuff. You
don't want to meditate. You want to observe. You want to observe those thoughts which are not your own. God said our thoughts are not our own. And so His voice is a voiceless voice. He revealed to you. He reminds you of what you've already forgotten, but you already know it, but you forgot. We became angry. Yeah. So He revealed things to you. Doubt every thought. He said, bring every thought into captivity. All thoughts are lies all the time about anything, right? So when you sit and do the silent prayer, the real you is watching and not you. You are not those thoughts. And in that, when you watch those things, you can't help but have faith in God, because you're doubting the lie. You can't help but believe the truth, and the truth is God.
Well, the problem I think I have is I've been a conspiracy truthist for almost all of my life. So I've gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I think to the point now where I'm like, please just close those doors. I don't want to know anymore. And I did. I ate of the tree of knowledge, and I don't want to know those things anymore because, you know, I know what's happening on the, you know, behind the scenes. And it's some nasty, scary stuff.
It's evil.
And it is. It really, really is. And I just, I don't even know.
Don't worry.
I don't want that for everybody.
Are you doing my silent prayer video?
I don't think I've seen that yet.
Go to my YouTube channel, silent prayer video, all right? And I want you to sit down and be quiet, close your eyes. It'll tell you what to do. And God will bring you out of the darkness of your imagination, because he cares about your heart. He doesn't care about you used to worship the devil. He doesn't care about you used to be a slap maker, whatever, right? He cares about the heart. He renews the heart, salvation's of the heart. So just sit quietly. He'll bring you out of the darkness of your imagination. Make sure you don't hold anything against your parents or anyone. And it'll be amazing. You won't have that fear.
I've had such a big heart all of my life. That's why I've been at battle with myself, because I'm like, wait a minute, you believe this, but you feel this. So I've been constantly battling between my heart and my brain for years.
Well, lay your weapon down, and God will guide you. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. He will, and I'm a living witness, he will guide you. He will take away any fear. He will cause you to overcome the world. He will take care of you. It'll unfold by itself. Just be patient. But you got I recommend you do the silent prayer. So you don't want to meditate on anything. You want to observe all things, right? He will allow you to see, and he will cause you not to be afraid.
Well, Jesse, my last thing is, what do we do about our children? Because my daughter was involved in some things when she was younger with her brother that we found out, and we've stopped it, and we put them through counseling, and we found out that it was through a lot of their gaming and stuff, that they were putting these subliminal messages in their games, and my husband and I have found out a lot of this stuff. So,
are they adults now?
No. She's only 8, but she's going through counseling, and her counselor asked me today, she said, listen, she said, we're going to be talking about normal and abnormal sexual behaviors. That's what she's going through, sexual therapy. So she said, how do you feel about homosexuality? And I said, well, honestly, I think it's wrong, because if we endured that and we went to that side, that would be the end of our species. So it has to be wrong, because there would be no humans left.
And what she said?
She said that she agreed, and she would leave the question up to me if she brought it up. But my daughter, she's avoiding this whole conversation altogether.
Where's her father?
Her father and I have been split up for a long time. It was a very toxic relationship. It was very, very toxic.
Is she able to be with her father?
Yes. They spend time together. We switch off the kids. We have 2 kids together that we have split.
Here's what I recommend. Because of time, you and the father should stop hating one another.
We do. We have.
Okay,
we've gotten along.
And then, your daughter's 8 years old. Stop sending her to the public schools and stuff and being brainwashed, right? And then
that's what I thought. Yeah.
And the father should tell the daughter, and you should too, I'm sorry for failing you. We were wrong. I'm sorry for I'm putting you into the public school and allowing you to get into stuff. So don't be angry at us anymore. And so instead of letting this counselor talk to her, let her father deal with her, and she'll be fine. Tell her to drop the anger.
He's got mental disabilities. He had a stroke when he was 12, so he's like at a level where he acts as like a 12-year-old.
Oh,
sometimes.
I see. Well, tell your daughter, apologize. Hey, I'm sorry for letting you down. I couldn't see at the time. I was wrong. Don't be angry at me. I was wrong. And you do the silent prayer so God can guide you, and he'll show you how to raise your daughter. But you got to get away from these counselors and these folks that's teaching her, add on to her issue already. But little kids, when they see that the parents will change, they would change as well. So she's 8. You still have a chance with her. Be patient, but let her know not to be angry. Don't take anything so seriously, and she'll get better.
So we don't have to fear what's coming, Jesse?
If you believe in God, you cannot fear what's coming. There's no such thing as fear in God.
I just don't want people to be tortured and abused and any more than it's already gone on.
You can't stop that, so don't feel sorry for people. Wish them well. We are no better than each other. We're all the same. We have no right to feel sorry for one another. We have a right to wish the best for all. And God is with you, and those that he wants to draw back, he'll draw back to him. Those that he don't will suffer. So there's nothing you can do about it.
I love you, Jesse. Thank you so much. My husband turned me on to you a couple months ago. I absolutely love you.
I love you, too, and I wish you well. Serena, do the silent prayer. Let me know how it goes, all right?
I will. Thank you so much. God bless you.
And stay out of your head so you won't believe all these lies Satan is telling you.
I will.
God bless you, Serena.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome. You got to doubt it, folks. Even what Satan, your eyes looking at what's happening right now to the great white hope in the world, don't let your mind deceive you. Walk by faith and not by sight. But you got to do the silent prayer, go and forgive, and doubt every thought. It will be amazing, all right? Salvation is of the heart. God doesn't care about all the other crap you picked up while in the fallen state. He'll clean that up for you. Human beings judge you for it, but God doesn't. He loved the heart. He's renewing the heart. Thank you for letting me. Oh, the super chat. There's a couple for Hake. Yeah. Real fast. Hake will get me if I don't read these things.
Super chats for Hake. Dark Side of the Bear, What with the Diamond. There are other platforms besides DLive. Use them. King Alpha Nerd on Streamlab. James, the perfect metaphor. What happened on Wednesday is Trump was the captain in the Titanic going down with the ship, while everybody on his side jumped the ship and turned on him.
Yep. It's amazing.
And that's all for now.
Thank you all. They did Christ the same way, by the way. Exactly what happened to Trump happening to Christ. What happened to Christ is happening to Trump. You don't have real friends. You'll be surprised. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the HakeReport.com. Check out his store. Does Hake have a store? Yeah, the Hake Report store.
HakeReport.com, and you can click on stores in the
Hake Report.
Yeah, in the Hake Report, and you'll get all the information there.
And wish Hake well. He is doing fine, folks. He's just getting his whatever back. And he probably will be back until Monday, but wish him well. He's doing fine. And thank you all for tuning in to the Hake Report. I really appreciate it. Bob, is that Boomer Bob from Chicago? I can't get to you. The Hake Report is over. But tomorrow I'll be back for the Jesse Lee Peterson at 6 a.m. to 9. The Hake will be back tomorrow as well, the Hake show at least. Thank you all for everything, the super chats and your prayers for Hake and everything. Stay out of your head. Do the silent prayer. God is with you. Don't hate. You can't hate these people that are doing it to the president. You become like what you hate. Wish them well. Let God's will be done. Thank you, folks. We're out of time.
What?